ancient structures and artifacts hold a special interest for science, as they reveal details about the culture, religion, and daily life of long-lost civilizations. However, sometimes these discoveries raise more questions than they provide answers. In this video, I present to you a selection of mysterious ancient structures whose purpose even scientists cannot fully explain. Enjoy watching. Nanmadol is a small archipelago in the Pacific Ocean located near the Micronesian state of Pohnpei. It is considered one of the most mysterious places on Earth, and here's why. Nanmadol consists of 92 small islands on which lie the ruins of ancient structures. These include basalt megaliths, columns, and temple buildings. It is believed that Nanmadol served as an important religious center. The main island of the archipelago was Nanduaz, which acted as a defensive fortress, while the island of Idehid served as the primary site for religious rituals, housing the largest temple. Who built these structures and when remains a mystery. For a long time, historians believed that Nanmadol was constructed by the Micronesians under the Saudeleur dynasty between the 13th and 15th centuries. However, research conducted by New Zealand archaeologist John Brown has raised many questions about this theory. Brown estimated that building such a city would have required at least 10,000 workers, far more than the population under the Saudeleur dynasty. Moreover, there are no basalt deposits on the islands, meaning the materials had to be transported from elsewhere. The most intriguing discovery, however, is that several of the islands were submerged around 12,000 years ago, and yet structures had already begun appearing on the site during that time. This suggests that Nanmadol was built more than 12,000 years ago. If true, it means that the Saudeleur dynasty merely discovered these structures, repurposing them for their needs, and later constructing additional palaces and temples. Nanmadol continues to be one of history's greatest enigmas. Scholars still debate whether it was built by the Saudeleur dynasty or by an advanced ancient civilization that remains unknown to us. In northwest Syria, near the border with Turkey, lie the ruins of an ancient temple known as Ayn Dara. Archaeological excavations began at this site in 1955, initially uncovering a basalt lion sculpture. 5 years later, researchers found something that shocked them: gigantic footprints. The discovery caused a sensation, attracting antiquities experts from around the world to the Aleppo region. As it turned out, local residents had long been aware of the footprints, believing they were left by gods who descended to assist in the temple's construction. Others thought they belonged to giants who once inhabited the area. This explanation, of course, did not satisfy scientists, who began their own investigations. The footprints are indeed impressive in size, measuring 120 centimeters in length and about 80 centimeters in width. Researchers hypothesize that the footprints are the result of natural processes such as soil erosion or the action of water and wind. However, this theory does not explain their symmetry and well-defined contours. Conspiracy theorists argue that these footprints are direct evidence of the existence of giant humanoid beings in ancient times. Some speculate they may have been left by Gigantopithecus, an ancient large hominid believed to have lived in the region. Despite extensive research, the exact origin of the footprints remains a mystery. Nevertheless, the site continues to attract tourists eager to witness this marvel firsthand. Sakara is an ancient necropolis near Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt. It is home to 11 royal pyramids, including the Step Pyramid of Djoser, built during the 3rd dynasty. The pyramids served as tombs for pharaohs starting from the 4th dynasty, including Teti and Pepithvert. Excavations in Sakara have continually unearthed astonishing discoveries, some of which remain inexplicable to this day. One such discovery was made in 1851 during an expedition led by the renowned French Egyptologist Auguste Mariette. While investigating the area near the Pyramid of Djoser, Mariette uncovered the burial catacombs of the sacred Apis bulls. Inside the sanctuary, he found a network of tunnels extending about 7 kilometers and 24 black granite boxes. Mariette was struck by the craftsmanship of these boxes. Their walls were perfectly fitted and the surfaces were polished to perfection, both inside and out. Given the numerous animal bones found within the necropolis, Mariette hypothesized that the granite boxes were ritual items used to contain the remains of the bulls. However, some experts argue that the level of craftsmanship required to create these boxes was beyond the skills of the ancient Egyptians. Author and ufologist Eric von Däniken proposed that the sarcophagi were crafted by extraterrestrial beings and used to imprison monsters. While this theory is widely dismissed, it illustrates the enduring mystery surrounding these artifacts. Numerous theories about the purpose of the black granite boxes exist, but none have been conclusively proven. As such, this discovery remains one of the most puzzling finds in Egypt's history. About 50 kilometers northwest of the ancient Inca city of Cusco, near the village of Maras, lies one of the most mysterious and breathtaking places in Peru, known as Moray. The Moray terraces, or circular agricultural terraces, consist of enormous bowl-shaped depressions filled with concentric terraces. From above, they resemble amphitheaters, but they served entirely different purposes. The terraces of Moray were built by the Incas around 1532 CE. After the fall of the empire to the conquistadors, the site was abandoned and forgotten until it was rediscovered in 1932 by an expedition led by Sherpy Johnson. Since then, scholars have debated the purpose of these structures. The most widely accepted theory is that the terraces were used as an agricultural research laboratory for Inca scientists. Here, they experimented with various crops to determine which ones were best suited for cultivation across the Andean region. One of the most remarkable features of the Moray terraces is the temperature difference of up to 15 degrees between the top and bottom levels. This created microclimates, making the terraces akin to modern greenhouses. The terraces are also notable for the variety of chills brought in from different parts of the Inca Empire. Each central terrace contains soil from a specific region, supporting the idea of agricultural experimentation. The combination of temperature differences and diverse soils allowed the Incas to study the effects of climate on crop yields and develop agriculture suited to various terrains. Another mystery is the sophisticated drainage system that prevented water from pooling on the lower levels, even during heavy rains. This suggests the presence of either underground channels or porous rock capable of absorbing water. Despite their age, the Moray terraces remain one of the Incas' most extraordinary achievements. Sakaiman Fortress is one of the most enigmatic landmarks of the Inca era. Located near the ancient city of Cusco in Peru, it sits at an altitude of approximately 3,500 meters above sea level. One of the greatest mysteries of Sakaiman lies in the enormous stones used in its construction. Some of these stones weigh up to 300 tons, and it remains unknown how the Incas could have moved and shaped such massive boulders without modern technology. Furthermore, the stones are so precisely fitted together that not even a thin sheet of paper can fit between them, and no mortar was used in their construction. Another fascinating feature of the fortress is its zigzagging walls, which are believed to have been built with the Incas' advanced astronomical knowledge. Some researchers theorize that the layout of the walls is aligned with celestial events, particularly solstices and equinoxes. These facts suggest that the Incas possessed deep expertise in astronomy and engineering. The exact purpose of many structures within the fortress remains unclear. To this day, locals believe the site holds spiritual power and is a place of energy. Historical data suggests that the fortress was built between 1438 and 1508 CE, but some historians argue that Sakaiman might have been constructed much earlier. Conspiracy theorists even claim that extraterrestrial beings aided the Incas in its construction, a notion fueled by the difficulty of imagining how the massive stones were transported and perfectly assembled by hand. The Borobudur Temple complex is located in central Java, Indonesia. It was built in the 9th century CE during the reign of the Sailendra dynasty, when Buddhism was the primary religion on the island of Java. Despite being over 200 years old, Borobudur continues to astonish visitors with its grandeur and beauty. Borobudur was constructed using 2 million stone blocks in the form of a giant stupa designed as a mandala with 8 tiers. 5 of these tiers are square, and the top 3 are circular. Each tier represents a stage of spiritual development according to Buddhism. The first tier symbolizes the world of physical desires. The next 4 represent the struggle to overcome these desires. The The top 3 tiers signify the approach to nirvana, and the central stupa at the very top represents the attainment of nirvana. The stupa sits on a square base measuring 118 by 118 meters. The walls of the tiers are adorned with 1,460 bas-reliefs depicting scenes from the life of Buddha and religious epics. At the summit of the temple, there are 504 statues of Buddha. Throughout its history, Borobudur has faced numerous challenges. The first occurred in Taron 6, when a catastrophic eruption of Mount Merapi buried the temple under volcanic ash, causing it to be forgotten for centuries. In 1814, during the Anglo-Dutch War, Borobudur was rediscovered by the Dutch, leading to its revival. However, in 1882, there were proposals to demolish the structure entirely and transfer some of the statues to museums. Fortunately, Buddhists succeeded in preserving the stupa. Until the mid-20th century, Borobudur suffered damage from earthquakes and bombings. Nevertheless, believers hold that a divine spirit has granted the temple eternal life. Today, this unique site is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the world's largest archaeological Buddhist temple. Crimea is famous for its numerous historical landmarks, but perhaps the most mysterious of them is the Royal Kurgan, located in the city of Kerch. The kurgan was constructed from limestone blocks, meticulously fitted together without the use of mortar to form a monolithic structure. The corridor was designed to create an optical illusion. From a distance, the burial chamber appears close, but as one approaches, the perceived distance to the exit increases. This unusual effect was achieved by varying the width of the walls. The burial chamber itself is equally impressive. It is 9 meters high and tapers toward the ceiling, a design likely influenced by the belief that the soul, ascending upwards, would be purified and gradually reach eternity. The Royal Kurgan was first discovered in 1858. At the time, researchers had no understanding of its purpose. To uncover its secrets, extensive excavations began at the site, which continue to this day. Over the years, archaeologists have uncovered numerous artifacts belonging to ancient royalty, including gold jewelry, weapons, ceramics, and other items. One of the primary mysteries of the Royal Kurgan is its burial chamber. Scholars still do not know who it was meant for, though it is speculated that it may have been intended for either King Lucan I of the Bosporan Kingdom or to his son, King Parisades. It is believed that part of the burial chamber may have been looted, which would explain why no royal remains have been found. However, if this were the case, it remains unclear why many treasures were left untouched. The Royal Kurgan dates back to the 4th century BCE and is part of a burial complex built for one of the powerful rulers of the time. It is located in what was once known as Panticapæum, the capital of the Bosporan Kingdom, a significant center of trade and culture whose rulers left a lasting legacy. The Royal Kurgan in Crimea is not only an important archaeological site, but also a monument to the cultural and engineering achievements of ancient times. Its mysteries continue to captivate scholars and attract tourists from around the world. The Church of St. George is located in the heart of the Ethiopian town of Lalibela. It is one of 11 ancient monolithic churches in the city. The Church of St. George is not just a place of worship, but a unique architectural marvel hewn from stone and surrounded by legends and mysteries. The first notable feature of this church is its shape. When viewed from above, it is clearly constructed in the form of a cross. The cross measures 12 by 12 meters, and the church's height is also 12 meters. The surrounding trench measures 25 by 25 meters. The church's walls are adorned with cornices, and its flat roof is decorated with a cross-shaped ornament. Another astonishing aspect of the church is how it was constructed. Building the Church of St. George began in the 12th century under the order of King Lalibela, who dreamed of creating a New Jerusalem. According to legend, the king commissioned the church as an expression of gratitude for being healed from a severe illness. However, it had to be entirely carved out of a single solid mass of red volcanic tuff. The construction took over 20 years to complete. The church is part of the surrounding rock, with its roof level with the ground's surface. Access to the interior is only possible through a tunnel specially carved into the rock. But it is not just the architecture that makes this church extraordinary and mysterious. Local residents tell numerous legends about miracles that occurred here. According to one tale, during construction, workers encountered underground water that threatened to flood the church. King Lalibela prayed to St. George, and the water miraculously receded, leaving the church unharmed. Another legend claims that the church was repeatedly submerged in water in ancient times, but always re-emerged unscathed. In honor of this legend, locals hold an annual St. George's Day ceremony, during which the church is said to submerge in water and then resurface. The Church of St. George in Lalibela is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts thousands of tourists and pilgrims from around the world. Visitors from all corners of the globe come to witness this marvel and experience its mystical and sacred atmosphere. For ancient people, stars and the sun were more than celestial objects. They played a crucial role in the construction of structures. Architects of those eras imbued their grand edifices with profound symbolic meaning, connecting their architecture to celestial phenomena. Each constellation and star had its significance and could serve as a guide for constructing temples and pyramids. For example, the Great Pyramids of Giza are not only aligned with remarkable precision to the cardinal points, but also reflect the arrangement of stars in the Orion constellation. Interestingly, this fact was only discovered in modern times through advanced research. Another civilization known for its symbolic structures was the Maya. For instance, the temple at Chichen Itza, known as El Castillo, was designed so that on the equinoxes, sunlight illuminates a serpent-shaped relief on the pyramid's steps, creating the illusion of a snake slithering down the staircase. This structure continues to astonish not only with its majestic appearance, but also with the Mayans' impressive astronomical knowledge. The Inca civilization also paid attention to stars and the sun when constructing their cities and temples. For example, Machu Picchu was built in alignment with astronomical events. Its main buildings and terraces are oriented to mark solstices and equinoxes, allowing the Incas to celebrate significant festivals and rituals tied to natural cycles. There are countless examples of such ancient structures, proving the vital role celestial objects played for ancient civilizations. Stars and the sun infuse these structures with profound philosophical and spiritual meaning. In the vicinity of the Goek community in Germany lies one of the country's most enigmatic structures, known as the Goek Circle. The Goek Circle was discovered in 1991 when researchers studying local fields from an aircraft noticed a peculiar circular formation. At the time, they had no idea it was an ancient structure that had remained hidden for thousands of years. In 2002, an expedition led by François Berthem and Peter Biel was organized to study the Goek Circle. The structure turned out to be more complex than it seemed. It consisted of several concentric ditches, 75 meters in diameter, and 2 wooden palisades forming massive gates aligned to the southeast, southwest, and north. Most likely, it was part of a larger complex. But what was its purpose? When researchers discovered that the Goek Circle was built around 4900 BC, their interest in the site grew even stronger. They set out to determine the complex's function. During their investigation, they noted an astonishing feature. On the winter solstice, if one stands at the center of the circle, the sunrise can be observed through the southeast gate and the sunset through the southwest gate. This observation led to the hypothesis that ancient people used this site to track lunar cycles and create calendars. In other words, it was a primitive observatory. However, the mystery deepens. Archaeologists found human and animal bones, as well as remnants of gears within the complex. What events took place here? Why was the circle abandoned? Could it have served as a ritual altar? Unfortunately, these questions remain unanswered. For centuries, residents of Longyu County in China's Zhejiang province believed in a legend that one of the local lakes had no bottom. In 1992, they decided to verify this claim. Using a pump, they drained the lake and discovered strange depressions resembling grottos. Scientific investigations revealed that beneath the lake lay a complex of caves consisting of 24 separate chambers, not connected to one another. These caves were manually carved into siltstone around 220 BC. The average area of each chamber exceeds 1,000 square meters, with ceilings up to 30 meters high. The total area of all the caves is over 30,000 square meters. This discovery amazed researchers, as carving caves of this size in ancient times seems almost impossible. One of the mysteries of the Longyu Caves is the complete absence of historical records about them, despite the immense effort and resources required to build them. Additionally, closer inspection revealed thin grooves on the walls and ceilings, resembling marks from construction machinery. These enigmatic features have led to speculation that the Qin dynasty built these caves in secret with the help of extraterrestrials. While this theory may sound bizarre, there are no other explanations for how ancient Chinese workers could have manually carved such massive caves or why the suspicious grooves exist. Scientists dismiss the extraterrestrial hypothesis, suggesting that a large workforce was involved in the construction, making the achievement possible. They also believe the marks on the walls and ceilings could have resulted from weathering and temperature fluctuations over time. Today, tourists can visit 5 of the caves. In addition to guided tours, the caves host cultural events, including musical concerts, thanks to their excellent acoustics. You've probably heard of Atlantis. Its existence remains a subject of much debate since no evidence has been found. However, in 1986, a Japanese diver named Aratake discovered a strange structure near Yonaguni Island. This object, named the Yonaguni Monument, resembles a multi-tiered pyramid over 42 meters tall. Aratake was astonished to see straight rectangular terraces and protrusions, leading him to conclude that it was a man-made structure. Although news of this discovery spread worldwide, detailed studies of the mysterious object did not begin until 1997, with 2 expeditions organized to investigate it. The first expedition was sponsored by Japanese industrialist Yasuo Watanabe and led by ancient history expert Graham Hancock. After studying the site, the team concluded that the monument was a natural formation created by the fracturing of sandstone along flat plains. This process explains the straight lines and sharp angles. However, Hancock admitted there were also 2 signs of manual intervention. The second expedition was led by marine geologist and seismologist Masaki Kimura, who dedicated about 10 years to his research. During his study of the monument, Kimura discovered several artifacts, including stones with various symbols, primitive stone scrapers, and a bas-relief depicting an animal resembling a bull. These findings led him to confidently claim that the Yonaguni's monument was man-made. According to Kimura, it is part of a vast city of an ancient civilization that was submerged. The monument is estimated to be around 16,000 years old, a date established by studying stalactites in a nearby underwater cave formed before the area was flooded. However, the true origin of the monument remains a mystery. Some believe it was built by extraterrestrials, while others are convinced it is the ruins of Atlantis. Science dismisses such theories, classifying the Yonaguni Monument as a natural terraced formation. On Easter Island, located in Chilean territory, there is an astonishing attraction that draws thousands of tourists from all over the world: the Moai. These are enormous monolithic statues depicting human figures. Most of them are carved from andesite basalt, sourced from the vicinity of the Rano Raraku volcano. The statues average 5 meters in height and some weigh up to 20 tons. In total, there are 887 such sculptures on Easter Island. It is believed that the Moai were created by the island's indigenous people, the Rapa Nui, between the 13th and 16th centuries AD. They were crafted using only stone tools and the efforts of numerous workers. This fact is both awe-inspiring and puzzling, as the weight of these statues, some reaching several dozen tons, makes their transportation across the island a mystery. The indigenous inhabitants of Easter Island still regard the Moai as sacred statues. According to local legends, the statues house the spirits of ancestors who possess supernatural powers. When a member of the community passed away, their relatives would carve a Moai, and the deceased's soul would inhabit the statue, imbuing it with power. Moai can be found all over Easter Island, often grouped on ceremonial platforms. These platforms are believed by locals to be portals to the afterlife. Among the most famous Moai sites are Ahu Tongariki, the largest group of 15 statues, and Ahu Akivi, consisting of 7 statues facing the ocean, each weighing around 18 tons. The Rapa Nui National Park, home to all the Moai statues, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Scientists continue to study how the Rapa Nui managed to transport the massive monoliths across the island. In a forest near the Japanese village of Asuka in Nara Prefecture lies an unusual object known locally as Masuda's stone ship. Its origins are unknown, but locals say it existed long before the village was founded. Masuda's stone ship is a massive granite monolith weighing around 700 tons. Its name derives from its shape, which resembles an overturned boat. Interestingly, there was once a lake near the monolith called Lake Masuda, though the structure clearly could not have been an actual vessel. Scientists have long been puzzled by the monolith's purpose. Currently, there are two main theories. The first suggests it was a tomb monument, though its shape is atypical for Japan. However, no evidence or even legends have been found to indicate who might have been buried there. The second theory posits that Masuda's stone ship was an ancient astronomical instrument. Supporting this idea is the fact that the ridgeline atop the hill where the monolith is located runs parallel to the Asuka mountain range and aligns with the sunset on a day marking the start of Japan's agricultural calendar. Unfortunately, neither theory has been proven, leaving the mystery of Masuda's stone ship unsolved. Pumapunku is one of the most unique and mysterious archaeological sites of the pre-Columbian era. Located in the Andes of Bolivia, it is sometimes referred to as the Puzzle of the Gods due to its astonishing architecture. Pumapunku is renowned for its extraordinary complexity. The precisely cut stone blocks and doorways fit together with such accuracy that modern builders can only marvel. Moreover, no chisel marks are visible on the stones, further deepening the mystery of their origin. It is believed that this megalithic structure was discovered by the Incas in the 1470s as they expanded their territory. The Incas were so impressed by the site that they declared it the place where the deity Viracocha created the first humans, the ancestors of all people. However, who originally built Pumapunku and when remains unknown. Scholars have studied Pumapunku for decades, but its secrets remain elusive. Even radiocarbon dating results vary widely. Some studies suggest it was built between 500 and 600 CE, while others propose it might date back as far as 17,000 years, a truly staggering possibility. One of Pumapunku's most remarkable features is its irrigation system, as well as the carefully crafted holes and channels in some stone blocks for water drainage. These elements surpass the craftsmanship of the Incas and other known civilizations in the region. The purpose of this megalithic structure also remains unclear, adding to its intrigue. Pumapunku continues to be one of the greatest mysteries of antiquity. The Amazon is renowned for its impenetrable forests, which conceal not only new species of animals and plants, but also ancient structures whose purpose remains a mystery. In 2024, researchers exploring the remote Amazon jungle made an astonishing discovery, an ancient structure in the shape of an elongated semicircle. This enigmatic site appeared as if it had been carved from a single massive stone. The semicircular walls, covered in moss and vines, along with the numerous compartments, suggest it may have once served as a necropolis. However, no remains have been found at the site. During the investigation, researchers learned that the indigenous peoples of the Amazon were aware of this structure. According to their legends, it served as a communal tomb for shamans who, after death, transformed into gods. Yet, who built this structure and when remains unknown. Inside the semicircular structure, numerous carvings and symbols were found that may have had ritual significance. Some of these resemble constellations, further complicating efforts to determine the true nature of the site. This remarkable discovery in the Amazon has become a sensation in the scientific community, raising numerous questions. Perhaps further research will uncover the secrets of this mysterious structure and shed light on the history of the ancient civilizations that once inhabited these enigmatic forests. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. Your engagement is the best reward for me. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Goodbye.